Hey, welcome into the channel or something. I'm here with my friends, and we're going to be here to answer your reselling questions all night long or for about an hour, whatever comes first. I'm here every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, each week with different friends. You'll see familiar faces and new faces. Valerie's in the chat already. Hi, Valerie. Welcome in.
Here she is.
We're all going to take a minute and go around the room and introduce ourselves in case anyone here is new to you. And we'll start with Pam.
Hi, my name is Pam Arnold. I live in Florida, but I'm a transplant. I've only been in Florida for about 5 years. I'm a former school teacher. I taught school in Nashville, Tennessee for 19, 20 years and taught in Florida for 1 year. It was the 2021 school year, and I just said, it's probably time to bow out. So, I have a really wonderful reselling business called Restated Threads, and it is, I specialize in mostly women's clothing, but it's women's, men's, secondhand clothing that I find in the area.
That's nice. Well, you're going to be interested to hear where I'm moving. I'm moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, I love Chattanooga.
Yeah, I'm going to be trying to get into Appleton. Hi, I'm Lori Johns with Kandlresale Resale. I'm coming to you from my bedroom because we're rehabbing the house to sell it. So it's a very plain background. I've been reselling for about 5 years. Met Star and Pam through List Perfectly. I currently just got approved for eBay Live, so come see me on eBay Live. I'm also sell on Whatnot and eBay's regular selling platform and Mercari, Poshmark, Etsy. So, and I've been concentrating lately on comic books, trading cards, sports trading cards, and jewelry. So you'll see a lot of that. I still do the other stuff, but I'm letting that sort of trickle out. So I love coming on here, and we do our raid trains every Friday with 10th and Main. And I also join Star here periodically to answer questions. So let's have some fun.
Yay! Yay! And in case you follow one of these lovely ladies here, you don't know who I am. My name is Star. This is my channel, Flippin Hippos. I focus on mostly tutorials, teaching, organization is my jam, and routines and stuff like that. I do dole it out with a bit of tough love every once in a while, because we all need to hear it once in a while. I've been reselling since 2017 when I hurt myself at work and became disabled. I kind of took over my boyfriend's business. He stuck around until 24, and then he was out. He was like, girl, you got all these clothes and this jewelry. This is not my business anymore. I don't recognize it. And so he's an accountant now. But he still helps me from time to time. And we sell on 6 platforms. And I do all the socials, including TikTok, which I often say I'm addicted to, and I'm not kidding. Like, I need an intervention. Someone help. So we're going to take questions tonight from the chat about reselling or anything else, I guess. If you ask something that somebody doesn't want to ask, we're just going to say pass, but you can always try. We are going to start with the question that was waiting for us when we got here, and it's just for Pam.
Okay.
How many former teachers that you know have become resellers?
Could it be the Santee Swapper? We actually, we had a discussion about this one time, that he's a former teacher. I want to say, did you teach? I think he taught history. I don't remember exactly what he taught. I know that I taught history, social studies, science, all the good things. I taught 5th grade. But yeah, you know what? It's actually, I really wish that I had known about this business when I was teaching. I didn't, I bought things. I would buy things on eBay. I went to yard sales. I went to thrift stores, but it didn't occur to me that I could also do that. And what a great supplemental income for a teacher. It would have been fantastic, especially since a lot of those years I was also a single mom and trying to, juggle all the things and stretch that teacher salary out. So, yeah. So it's a great side hustle for a teacher. But so far, I only know one.
You know two. You know Kathy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kathy's a retired teacher. That's right.
She was a music teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, I know two. I know you and Kathy. I probably know more, and I just don't know that they were teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's answer that around the room. What was your former life, your former job before Reseller? Pam was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I did so many other things. I did 10 years as a secretary and legal secretary and paralegal. I started in accounting for a construction company and then went to the legal stuff and then did HOA property management. And then my final stint was with a regular property management company here in Hayward and did the maintenance coordination there. It was so nice just to have a job where I didn't have to run around. And I had some retail stuff in there just before I left. I didn't like being on my feet. I much better like it being in a chair.
Yeah.
So I've done that. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of stuff, and I also volunteered for Women's Crisis Hotline for women who had been assaulted, and would accompany them to the hospitals. So I've done that kind of thing. I was a Girl Scout. I've just done all sorts of stuff. It's just. But those are the main jobs that I did.
So everyone knows that I was in the healthcare field. I don't think I've ever elaborated on that, though. I started as a candy striper when I was 14. My dad was the head of radiology. My mother was an RN. So I wanted to be a nurse so bad. And I got through part of the clinicals and I passed out when I saw blood. So I knew being a nurse wasn't going to be for me. So I actually started out as a cook in the nursing home. And then I transferred to recreational therapy. And I did that for a lot of years. Then I got into being a nursing assistant and doing care. And I was in the nursing home for a long time. And then it got to the point where I couldn't handle the death anymore because I fell in love and I got attached. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to, but I did. And so I switched over to working with adults with disabilities because they were younger. And I worked in their day programs and did more like recreational stuff there for a long time. And then I got into the ones that were high functioning that could have jobs in the community. I would take them to work and stuff. And then I started working in the group homes and I managed one. That's what I did at the end. So I ran like the group home. It was like having another family. You actually had to stay there for 2 days and 2 nights on your block. And you spent the night in the staff room and you were there for like the whole, I think it was like Tuesday from 2 until Thursday at midnight. And you cooked and ate dinner, you cleaned the house, you got ready with them in the morning, you took them to all their appointments, grocery shopping. It was like having a second house and a second family. So that's what I did.
Yeah, I love that every time I talk to you, Star, I find out something so interesting. I didn't know you did that. Yeah, my husband's sister had Down syndrome, and she lived at a wonderful, wonderful place in Frankfort, Kentucky called Stewart Home and School. And it was this. They lived in dorms, and they had a house mother, and the house mothers were, on 3 weeks and then off a week. But they were there. They helped them get ready. But they were all adults. And all different ages. And it was just, and they went to classes during the day. They had a schedule. They had different things that they did based on, what they were able to do.
Oh.
And she, in the years that she was there, she just blossomed. And the people there were so loving and caring. I know exactly what you're saying. It's just such a loving, caring environment, and it's very uplifting to go and be a part of a community like that.
Yeah, I loved my job. My house had 3 girls. We had one very high functioning that had a job. We had one that was mid. She went to the day program. And then we had one that was wheelchair bound that had a feeding tube. And that was something I got to learn how to do with her feeding tube and her medications through that. I learned a lot at that house and I fell in love with those girls. But once I got hurt, my employer could not wait to step over my dead body, replace me. I had to sue them to pay my hospital bills. It was very long and arduous. It was just a tragic. And they were just like, oh, you're the best employee ever. Oh, now you're hurt. We'll just replace you and you're going to have to fight us to pay your hospital bills.
That's the kind of thing why I started reselling. I don't know if you want to go into this or not, but would it be okay if I tell my story? Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're here.
The last job I had as the maintenance coordinator, I did it for like 4 years. I was going to retire from there and all that, but then they hired somebody who ended up not doing their job as well as I thought they should, which it was a very small office, left the office manager to go fill in the space of what she was doing. And I finally one day, my blood pressure got high and I got mad and I quit. And went to the doctor's office and my blood pressure was like 180 or something, so it was really high. So it was bad. So I went home and told Kurt, I said, I can't do this anymore. Kurt's my husband. And I sat and I quit and I sat and figured out for like 3 months just decompressing. And I thought, what am I going to do next? So then I said, well, my parents used to do antiquing. And they used to do cut glass and go to all the shows. And I'm thinking, I loved doing that. I love the cut glass, but the packing of all that weight, I'm not doing that. So, and this was before we had the platforms that we have now. So otherwise they would have done it. And so I said, let's run the numbers. I ran the numbers and it was cheaper for me to stay home and create a tax deduction for us than it was to go and commute and get like, a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 job. It was going to end up breaking even or costing money. So I decided to start the reselling and 3 months later, COVID hit. So, but it kind of worked out to where stress-wise, it was very beneficial. It gave me a chance to have my own business without having a whole lot of overhead, which I really, really like a lot. Anyway, that's the gist of it. And just being able to work for myself took the stress level down. That was the big thing.
I don't think I could ever work for somebody else ever again, just because of the fact that for years I'm told how valuable I am and I'm their best employee. And the minute you're hurt and you're just done. They didn't care. And I can't do that again. So, if reselling doesn't work out for me, there's OnlyFans, I guess. I don't know.
Whatever it takes, girl.
There's guys that like chubby girls that play video games, but
and that was why I didn't feel bad about quitting either, because I knew the owner's philosophy behind that was, well, you can always hire someone else. And so I started to feel bad and went, no, what he's going to do is he's going to go out the next day and start interviewing people again. So I didn't feel bad at all. And it freed me from all burdens of having to deal with people who don't appreciate you. And while they appreciated what I did, I was replaceable.
Yeah, that's just it. No matter how valuable they tell you are always replaceable to them.
Yeah.
Well, and I will tell you that teaching, and I taught in the same building. I wasn't a teacher who went to a different school. I was in the same school for a lot of years, and I was there from the beginning, from the day that the doors opened at that school. And so I really had a hard time. I had taken a mental health year because I was struggling a lot with that job. And I'd taken a mental health year, and it was the 1920 school year, which was probably the most interesting school year because then, everybody switched to online there at the end of the school year. But leaving teaching, I felt very guilty about leaving the kids and leaving this school. And it had been my life for 20 years. And really where I had to get in my head is that I could walk away and everything was going to be okay. It's kind of hard when you realize that you're replaceable.
Yes.
Yeah, that hurt.
Replaceable.
Yes. That hurt a lot. And I was really attached to
because they make you buy into it. It's not, I think it's an old leftover philosophy that I've seen change just in the last 20 years, where, you're with the company, they give you, retirement benefits and all this stuff that switched over to the 401ks in the 90s and right thereabout. And, you used to get just a gold watch, and then people were pissed off about that, and so then I was switching jobs every 6 months in the 90s, about the 90s through the law firms and stuff, because I wanted more money and they wouldn't give it to me because I had greater skill. And so now they had to pay more money because they had to pay somebody else to hire at a higher rate. And now kids will move, this generation, this workforce now will move from job to job every so often, maybe every 3 months or whatever the contract is, or the dynamic has shifted to be more geared towards yourself, self-oriented, self-care oriented, to where it's going to benefit me. And I think the companies, while it ebbed one way too far, like, here, let's have a ping pong table in the thing, to what it is now, I think, and us working for ourselves, there's a greater bit of flexibility in the workforce and the way things are done.
I think so too. I watch, even Tom's adult children, my daughter, they're all millennials, and they're all, while they work, it is difficult to, it's not the same way that we applied for jobs. You apply online, but there's no long-term attachment. My mother and my father, they worked for a company and they worked there. They were going to work there for 40 years. You worked there until retirement. You had retirement benefits, same with me. And I have a 401k and I have retirement and I have those things. And I thought I was going to teach until I was 65 years old. And then I would retire, and then I would be a retired teacher. And I'm sort of a retired teacher now. I just, I'm not, I just left a little earlier than I planned. But it is definitely a different world. The job market is so different. And yeah, I think they've taken and they give ping pong tables and snacks and group outings instead of a 401k. There's no matching 401k anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Kurt's going to retire as soon as we sell the house. He works out at the Lawrence Livermore Lab. And what was it, 2007, Kurt? That you got the job there when they stopped doing the benefits? 2007, they stopped doing the retirement pension plans. So everybody after that time that got hired only has the 401k. And he got hired, he's been there 10, 11 years now. So all we've got is the 401k, and we had some health issues that we had to use some of that money. Yeah. So this thing has actually helped us with the deductions and getting tax money back and all that stuff. Last year we had a really great, a big buying year. I kind of went nuts, and that was a whole different story. But we all know those arguments with our spouses. But anyway, I did well every year that I've done this. I've made an increase in profits. So now it isn't like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've been doing it part-time, but last year with the deductions that we have, and I can still carry over some from this year, is going to help us financially with our retirement and move into it. Because last year I got $8,000 back from taxes because of this business, because of all the buying I did last year. And so this year I'll probably get the same thing. And even before that, we were getting several thousand back over the last few years from when I started. So not only am I making a profit during the year, a few thousand a month, I'm also getting some at the end of the year. So for people who are retiring, I think it's a great avenue for minimum effort and maximum return. Depending on, you put in a system. I don't know your systems, Pam, but I know Star's systems, and the way she operates, she has it down, just like I used to do it with when I was working in my regular job. I don't want to work that way anymore, so I'm a little bit more relaxed. But I think Star's got the system pegged to make it work consistently and be measurable.
Absolutely. And I think, and that's how you become successful definitely in this business, in a lot of businesses, but just having those systems in place, consistency, because those systems, on a day that Star may not feel great, or Lori may not feel great. If you have systems in place, or Pam may not feel great, if you have systems in place, you can still be productive that day.
Yes. Or you can do what you need to do that day and come back and slide right back in like nothing happened.
Absolutely. Or when your grandkids come to visit.
Yeah.
My granddaughter was here for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That's
I
the best
talk
part,
about-
being able to put your business aside and just go, rather than saying, boss, can I have the time off?
Yeah,
Right.
and I talk about that ad nauseum on this channel because I'm so big on having a bank and scheduling your eBay listings. And life likes to knock me down about once a week. So I talk about that on here all the time. We lost our power and our internet for 5 days 2 weeks ago. I know you're all tired about hearing about it, but I'm still traumatized. Okay, we lost power and internet for 5 days. I'm still traumatized.
That would be very traumatic.
Then I had the flu. The very next week, I was down for 2 days. This week, our water heater went out. So this morning into the afternoon, I had to wait for the plumber and all this. And I couldn't get in the shower until like 1 when the water was warm. So my whole morning was thrown off. But because I have such good routines in place, I can come back from events like that and just get right back into it. And I think that's super important. And you can't schedule on the other platforms so much as you can eBay, but eBay is my biggest seller. So that's the most important one to me. eBay never knows. I can take 10 days off. Well, I have 21 days scheduled. So I could take 21 days off and eBay wouldn't know until the last day. But I do kind of feel the hit on the other places, but I can get right back into it because I have those banks built. I can quickly list 20 items everywhere and get life blown back, back into the ether, into the algorithms.
You look like you were hitting a joint or something. What was that? Oh, out. Oh, it was out. Oh.
I was blowing air.
Because I thought that was strange. She doesn't do that.
Yeah, life needs to stop lifing for real. I said to Keith last night, I'm like, so first we don't have internet and electricity. Now we don't get hot water. This house has become a third world country.
You've been getting so much
Crazy.
bad luck lately. What the heck?
I know, and all of Keith's health issues last year, it's just been a lot. And his family.
But you made it through it, and you were able to do that because of your systems.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and for people who don't know her eBay, she says eBay doesn't know it is because you have things posted out into the future for people who don't know about that.
For 21 days, I'm scheduled ahead of time. And I'm down right now because so many things have been happening, but I like to keep 300 items photographed and list perfectly in my catalog as a bank. And usually about 100 to 200 of those are built listings that I can just push out every morning. Right. And then I just work to replace those. I'm down to 125, and I think only 20 of those are built because I've been relying on that bank so much lately because of everything going on. But then things will settle down and I can have a photography day and just take pictures of 100, just replace them. So that's why it's important. Routines, people.
It's very true.
Important. Yeah, very true. Very true.
Your routines will save you every time.
And they'll make you
safety mechanism.
Work when you don't feel like it. So when I get up in the morning, I know first I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this. And I do this, this, and this, whether I feel like it or not, because that's my routine and that's what I do every day.
Yep. And do you have other things you do, like you'll do something on Mondays and Wednesdays are always something else. And yes. do you have systems like that set up as well to where that every Monday you're going to, run your numbers?
Yes, I do. What do I do on Mondays? I remember now.
You do a lot of shipping. I know.
I have a lot of stuff going on. I have to write it all down. Monday's shipping takes all day. Mm-hmm. Thursdays I film all day. I know that. I have a lot going on. I have to write everything down.
But it's also why you're an avid journaler as well. Is keeping all of those lists, and that's the way you just keep everything straight.
Yep. And then I'm flexible. Like there's a couple Thursdays of the month, where we have our eBay seller circle meetings, and I have my meeting with Crystal on List Perfectly, and my Thursdays are so packed that I film on Wednesday. I have to just switch it. But That's important too. Now, I'm a type A, diagnosed OCD, very rigid. If I don't stay to my routines, I get anxiety.
Mhm.
So I have had to learn that sometimes you just have to be able to just switch it. Like, this is happening, so we're going to do this here. And as long as it's still kind of like I'm in control, that's the thing with the anxiety.
Right.
I need to be in control of
Mhm.
my schedule. And as long as I'm in control, I'm okay.
Yeah, if you make the decision to change it, that's a control decision that you've made to stay in control. Yeah.
Yes. And
Love
when
it.
life happens and it's out of my control, I just have to, what do they say? My mother was I used to go to Al-Anon. Let's put it that way. Let go and let God.
Mhm. Yeah. Just let it
Sometimes
go.
you have to let go and let God because you just can't control everything.
Yeah.
All right. So we have no questions in the chat this week, guys. Come on.
What?
I got some interesting questions, some hard hitting.
Okay. What do you got?
Well, now
Throw them at us.
I can't find them. I can't.
Well,
find
you
them.
don't have any questions either. What are we going to do?
I have to find them. I had them, and then I was looking for people's good grief. Here we
what
go.
are you doing? You got them? Okay.
What are you pretending that is part of your process that is actually a problem or a waste of time?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Interesting. We should have these questions before a couple days before, because that's a tough one. I pretend about a lot of stuff, but okay, say the question again because I was going to have an answer, but I may be admitting to something I shouldn't be admitting to. So read the question again.
Confession hour.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go? Okay, what are you pretending is part of the process that is actually a problem or a waste of time?
Oh, yes, I was going to expose something. Wow. I think I have one. Pam, you have anything yet?
Pam's in the hot seat.
I know.
I know. I'm in the hot seat and I'm sitting here going, okay.
Do I want to admit to it?
Well, no. What is it that probably that I keep up with my numbers. I haven't been very good about keeping up with my numbers. And if I confess it on here, then I can be called on it and say, when I'm sitting there and pretending like, oh yeah, I know how successful I am now. I really don't. But
Pam, that's what I was going to say. I swear to God. Actually, the thing that there's another thing, as you were saying, I go, great. Okay, she has that one. I'll give her that one. I'll think of another one. So the one that I like I do say that I do. I keep track of my inventory a little too tightly. How do I frame this? I like to say I keep track of all my numbers and my stuff, but sometimes I'll just go slack and go, oh, screw it. Those labels all crumpled up in the printer. I can't remember what number started, or I've changed my numbering system so many times. And then I finally realized I don't need it as much as I thought I did, because I put things in boxes and I have individual numbers, but I don't need to make sure that the clothes have this set of numbers and the cards have this set of numbers and the comics have this. It's just one long number. I'm up into the 40,000s now because I'm doing cards, and it doesn't really matter as much as I thought it did. It's all about keeping track of your inventory numbers. Keeping track of your inventory is important, but the sequence of numbers and making sure that I don't waste a number is not that important, I've found. And it's my Virgo-ness.
So you have sequential numbers in your inventory. You don't go back and reuse any numbers?
No, I just keep going up. And sometimes I'll go back down because, I haven't done that yet. But it's just, and I have my boxes. What did you say, honey?
It hurts my OCD.
I know, but here's where it gets
okay. In your inventory. You have holes.
No. I have boxes 1 to 100 because I didn't want to go past that. And I actually have up to about 150 now. But within those boxes, I throw it in and I put B and then the number of the box and then a dash, and then I put the inventory number so that when I can go to box 100 and pull out inventory number, whatever. So the inventory number doesn't matter as much because it's the location of where the box is, because I've narrowed down the search. So I think that's my answer. But as a Virgo, it was really hard to let go of that. It was kind of an answer to the question, kind of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think anything I do as a process is a waste of time, honestly, because I have things so I wash and dry everything. That's a must.
Yes.
Unless y'all want bed bugs and other people's bodily fluids in your home, wash your damn thrifted clothes. It's gross. Yeah. Yes. That's a hill I will die on, and I will, Blech. I've done whole videos on it. I've had friends with bed bugs. So, because they would bring things in from the bins and just throw them all over their living room. Absolutely not.
Nope.
So I don't think that's a waste of time. And then I often put it in a haul video. That's part of my job. And then I photo, I have such, but I'm starting to believe that there are certain places, I'm looking at you, Depop and whatnot, and Mercari, that may sometimes be a waste of my time. Like I just keep listing and showing up and no one's coming and no one's buying and nothing's happening. And I have this like stubborn determination. If I just keep doing it, eventually something will happen. And then I have to think, just because I can and just because it's easy, should I be? Because I could be spending that time elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I get that. I've quit listing on Mercari. I made somebody's day today because I happened to be playing around on Mercari and I saw a dress I liked and made them an offer and figured they would accept because I figured their business is as dead as mine over there.
Well, and then I had 5 sales last week.
Yeah.
Mercari's like that awful boyfriend you can't quit. When you say you're going to quit him, he brings you flowers and treats.
Oh, so true.
After months and you're just like, okay, I'm finally going to let this go. I'm going to let this go. And then they show up.
Yep. And then they show up.
Yep.
So I think I just waste time trying to do all the things when I could maybe be doing the things that work more.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't list on Depop, I did cut down how much I'm doing on Mercari. So I list accordingly. I list more on Poshmark than Mercari. I only put 5 a day on Depop. But still, I could be doing 5 extra a day on eBay. So
yeah.
I don't know. But then I have all my routines in place and I'm like, I don't want to mess with it. I have my whole order. I go in. Do I mess with that? Like,
exactly. You got to retrain yourself then.
I hate change. Oh my gosh. I am willing to pivot when I have to, because if you don't, you become stagnant and you're not profitable. And things change and we all have to learn how to change with it. But my goodness, do I drag my feet and stomp and kick and have tantrums and cry and scream? I don't like change at all.
But you know what motivates me to change is money. And there was a time when Etsy was failing me. And because they charge you up front, I'd post like 50, 60 things and then it'd sit there for a while. But I'd be billed, several $100s right away. And then the relisting fees. So for me, when my stuff wasn't selling on there, I ended up pulling it all down and letting it go for about 6 months. Then I put everything back up and paid some more money. But if Mercari were costing me for listing, I'd be off there in a heartbeat. It's not worth it.
Yep, for sure.
I had the same problem with Depop, by the way. I didn't do well.
We're going to circle back to that. We got one question in front of that.
Yeah.
So I've been batching background removals, I think you meant, on Photo Room and started, geez, my goodness, hold on. I'm 112.
She is so old.
Actually, I'm blind as a bat, no matter my age. These are the progressive, the bifocals, because I can't see close, I can't see far. I should always have them on, but I don't like things on my face. I've been batching background removals on Photo Room and started saving an extra copy of the first photo and portrait for the new photo.
Posh format. I'll say it for you.
Thank you. Has anyone else modified their photos? I'm assuming for Poshmark. Yes.
So right? I'm not up on the new Posh format. It's all
Poshmark
square, isn't it?
Is fiddle farting around with the way they do stuff again.
That just screws everything up when they do that.
I haven't had to yet because when they did that last time, because I list from List Perfectly, so I do all of my listings. I start them all in List Perfectly, and then I push them out to the platforms. And List Perfectly has a feature on there, a toggle switch that deals with Poshmark and the photos. I don't remember what that toggle switch is called, but that switch helped me. I don't have to deal with the photos. So I had toggled it off, and then I could list, and then I've had to toggle it back on, and then I haven't had any issues with photos. And I've heard several people talking about that Poshmark has changed something with photos, but I haven't had an issue.
That's the one, the toggle switch that puts it converts it to square automatically.
Yeah. It's a conversion toggle switch.
That saves so much time.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Because I can't find it.
I think it's in settings.
Isn't it under the Poshmark, the app?
Uh-huh.
The add-on?
Let me show you what I'm looking at.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll have to get my glasses out.
Okay. All right. So I'm under the extension settings under Poshmark.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the latest beta.
That's where I would have thought it would be.
That's where I thought it was too. It could be, I wonder if it's under website settings. Sometimes you find things. Nope, that's just descriptions.
That's your footers. Wow. Now I'm gonna be looking for this all night.
Is it under general maybe rather than just that? Did they put it under general?
I thought it was specific to Poshmark though.
That's
Modify images. Yeah. Yep. It is under general. Modify.
Oh, so mine's already checked.
Okay.
And that's possibly why I've never noticed it. Like when Poshmark did the change, people, Chicken Little, right? Sky's Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what are you guys talking about? LP already put out a beta. I'm good. I didn't even notice it. That's another reason why you guys should be using List Perfectly.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
30% off your first month code Flippin Hippos. I gotta sneak that in there every chance I get. Mama's gotta make her money.
Anytime there is a problem, if they aren't already on it, they have a really they have such a good group of people that you can reach out to. That's a live person that's in the United States that you can talk to and say, hey, I'm having this problem, and they're on it, and they will let you know that they're working on it and what the plan is. So that's what I appreciate about them.
Yeah, and they have a Zoom call every afternoon that you can talk right to their tech team. I love LP. I use it every day, all day, for every step of the way.
Yep.
That's a rhyme. I use it every day, all day, for every step of the way. LP. I like to tell people, if you're not using List Perfectly, are you even a reseller?
Really? Do tell. What are you using?
So I haven't been. I just put in the chat. I didn't do anything with Poshmark. I didn't even realize I needed to. Apparently, I had the toggle. I think when you uploaded the new beta they put out to deal with the Poshmark thing, the toggle's on for you. It came out the same day, by the way. Like that late morning was when I saw people starting to cry about it and Chicken Little. And then by that evening, they're like, ta-da! Here's your fix.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
They are that good.
Yes, they are.
I suppose that's for you. Yeah.
Sriracha.
That is my daughter, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Her birthday is Saturday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's so awesome.
She's a millennial.
Happy
That's so
birthday
awesome.
to you.
And many more.
Okay.
Still in 5 years. Yeah.
I want to talk about Vinted.
Yes, please do. I want to learn more about Vinted.
I
I
do
hear more and
too.
more
I
people
do
going over there.
I don't know anything about it, but I have a question because I've heard things. First of all, I see approximately 500 commercials a day. They're really pushing it. I watch a lot of true crime on Hulu and HBO.
That's an
They call it
understatement.
Max now. I run it all day while I'm working, just constantly. I have true crime on. And every commercial set has a Depop and a Vinted ad now. They're both pushing it really hard.
Yes.
Wow. But I've heard that Vinted does not like businesses, does not like volume sellers, does not like big sellers. And if you list too much, too often, too fast, they will kick you off the platform because it's meant for like moms cleaning out their closets.
They are shortchanging themselves if they're doing that. They are shortchanging themselves. They obviously don't want to. They're in the business of charity. You know, helping people, not making money. That's what that tells me.
You know, I heard that from someone else, and I don't know why a company is so short-sighted. I would think they would want to expand and grow, and
it sounds like they're being too specific.
Poshmark has kind of been the same way. They're finally coming around to where they're opening up a little bit and starting to understand the larger reseller. And not just Poshmark's commercials have been, it's a girl in her closet going, oh, I don't have anything to wear. Oh, I could sell this on Poshmark. And then I can go out and buy me a new outfit. And that's how they make Poshmark look. And and I get the Vinted commercials, which is why I'm so curious, is because on not only in my streaming on television, but my streaming on YouTube, it keeps popping up on my YouTube. If I'm watching videos, it's popped up in there too. I guess could be because of the content that I watch. It knows that I want to see reselling stuff.
Yeah.
But I've heard the same things, that they are quick to cut you off if you list too much too fast. So I don't know.
That's just the oddest model.
They don't like automation, so you have to do 5, and the way around it is to list there first. Well, we've already discussed processes and that I don't like change. I start all my stuff in LP. I start it on my phone and run it through the AI, so when I get to my computer, there's minimal work. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Maybe I'll try doing 5 a day. I do 5 a day on Depop, even though it's a waste of time. Colossal waste of time. Big fat colossal waste of time.
And I went to all of those meetings with LP and Depop, and they were so insistent that if you list, like 5 a day, and I think that was the number, 5 a day. If you just list 5 a day, that you should be quickly getting up to whatever their top level seller is, and then you get all sorts of perks of being a top level seller. And
I was listing 25 a day at first, and I'm like, this is dumb. I've sold, let's see, I'm gonna go tell you how many I sold on there. I've been listing since December, like whenever the first webinar was. I've sold 7 things.
Nobody can sustain a business that way. That's just crazy.
I'm really rethinking even listing those 5 a day, because
speaking of waste of time,
even though it's like I said, even though it's easy with List Perfectly, I can cross post 5 to Depop in 5 minutes or less.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really fast and easy, but does that mean you should?
Right.
Well, when those seconds add up to minutes, and they're minutes you could be putting into the successful pieces of your business. So I don't.
Which is why I don't list on Mercari anymore. I mean, I have up there what I have up there, but I don't put anything on there. It's out of my stuff now, my routine now.
I'm the same way. I make sure and pull stuff off.
When I pull it off, when it sells off somewhere else. Yeah.
But I haven't been adding to it in a long time.
I think I'm thinking.
Oh, this is
about it.
interesting. Cassie said that they were good in the UK. The name Vinted makes sense to me then because it started in the UK.
Depop
So,
started there too.
Mhm.
oh, okay. This is interesting. I'm gonna have to go research more about Vinted and see what's going on. Vinted's philosophy reminds me of what was that one that is not with LP anymore? It was the first one. Kidizen. Kidizen was sort of very niche down, and
Mhm.
but I mean, kids stuff it moves fast, and they thought and it did okay for a while, but I think they didn't keep up with the market. I don't know why they stopped, but I think being too specific in your market and your marketing plan is what's going to be the downfall of Vinted,
Mhm.
unless they don't
So
adapt.
there's a comment that we'll leave over there, but we don't speak of other cross listing services. They who shall not be
I
named.
was just thinking the same thing.
It's from Harry Potter. He who shall not. I mean,
No,
it's
not be
cool.
named.
You do you do what's best for your business, but
Right.
I am affiliated with List Perfectly, and I do make money from my affiliation, so I don't talk about or promote other places.
Right, right. No, totally. And I did a lot of research. I always, being the paralegal and the Virgo that I am, I did a lot of research about services and stuff, and LP was the best by far. And that was before they added a lot of the features they have now. I mean, it's just amazing how much work it does for you.
Mhm.
And I mean, even from when I started with it, I was probably saved at least half my time. Now I'm down. If I added it all up, it'd be like saving 75% of my time that I spend listing stuff. And it's just
It's like
that's
having 2 or 3 assistants working for you.
very much so.
I call it my reselling BFF.
Aw,
I like
love
that.
Reselling BFF.
Mhm.
I call
like
the listing parties the reseller university.
it's so true. So true. The accounting side of it too has gotten a lot better, and I know that they respond very quickly to requests and stuff to put those features in, which has been something that the millennial generation in computers and networking and stuff they do is they build it as they go. But this is the first company that I've ever seen really genuinely respond in a timely manner. A lot of places will go, okay, we'll put it together and then we'll deal with this in 6 months when we've all had the chance to do it. But no, these guys crank it. They go, okay, and they talk about it behind the scenes, and it's very proactive. I think proactive is a good word to describe LP.
I have been using the sales and analytics in LP. I ignored it for a long time. Again, the person who doesn't pay attention to her numbers as much as she pretends to. But we were having a discussion about sales and analytics, and I was talking about how much time it was taking me to go through and pull things down and figure out where they are in my inventory. And they're like, and somebody in the morning mastermind group said, "Wait a minute, why aren't you using sales and analytics?" And I went, "Well, I don't need my numbers right away. Why I just skip that feature." And they're like, "But all the information you're looking for and you're spending all this time doing, it's right there." And so now on Monday mornings, when I have a ton of shipping to do, I'm getting it done in just a fraction of the time that I was using before, just because there's always something else that I'm figuring out with this platform.
So true. So
Mhm.
it's dynamic. It's dynamic is another good word.
And the listing parties are the best part. Like that's
Mhm.
worth your subscription price. And it, on a scale of 1 to 10, every other cross listing service is always going to be like a -10 to LP's 10, just because of the community.
Yep.
You can take all the cross listing, all the automated delisting, everything else aside. You can compare that all you want, but nobody else has the reseller university. Nobody else has 24 hours around the clock, classes being taught by your peers on everything reselling, the tech team at your fingertips, accountability. There's just something always going on, and there's a 24-hour room. You could just pop in and be like, "Hey, I don't know how to do this. Can someone help me?" And someone will always help you. That part of LP is the invaluable part that nobody else does.
Well, you know, and even if there's nobody in the room, it's like 3 a.m. wherever you are. I've done this. I go in to look to ask a question, and nobody's there, so I go onto the help screen, and they have somebody on Tech Live. Sorry, they have somebody live at the tech thing, and within 20 minutes, I'll have an answer. Absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
It's Valerie.
You,
Not you, Valerie, in the chat, or other Valerie.
now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, it's also all included at the basic price. So even if you join at the basic, the lowest tier, the listing party is 100% included. You don't, it's you can go on there and, you know, I tell people that you have people that pay for different things with resellers. They'll join all of their other stuff, or, you know, their classes or whatever they're doing online, and they pay these extra fees. And I'm like, well, I'm on List Perfectly, and I go to Listing Party, and I have all of that information for free. I'm not paying anything extra for that. So
There's tons
that's
of
what I feel
information.
like. I feel like it's the best deal out there that some people who still don't get it.
And the community, like every one of my closest friends, every single 10th and Main person I met through LP, including Karen, who lives in Pittsburgh. We met at a List Perfectly event when Trish came here, and she joined my eBay seller circles, and now we're like the closest of friends, and she's part of 10th and Main. But every single one of my closest friends and colleagues and business partners in 10th and Main, every single one of them, I met through List Perfectly.
Yep, it's true. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here with answering questions and stuff. Reaches out to the people who aren't familiar with LP or are and maybe not in there as much, but it reaches out to people doing the same thing. So anybody who's here asking questions, you know, through Star Service is getting the same kind of environmental companionship and community that LP has, you know. So Star is introducing you to LP without you even knowing it.
Yeah, I think other than the consignment chat girls, everyone I've had on is LP, and they started there, right? So maybe some of the dudes I've had on don't use it, and I know Robert doesn't. Robert's my bestie, and he has never used LP, and it has been a point of contention in our friendship from the beginning because he refuses.
I can't believe he still doesn't use it. That's crazy. And he's a big seller.
Yeah, he just doesn't. We've been arguing about it since 2019. What are you going to do? I've been with LP since 2019, folks. I was there.
Wow.
I got on when they were a startup. Yep.
So you were on just a little bit before me, because I got on 3 months before COVID started, and that was 2020. So yeah.
Yeah, wow. eBay opened 2019.
Wow. Zowie Zuzu.
Where is Robert? Robert was on last week. You missed him. I had some scheduling conflicts, and I ended up Thursday morning with only myself and Karen scheduled. So I reached out to a couple of people last minute, and Betta from List Perfectly.
Betta from List Perfectly.
Betta List Perfectly showed up last minute, bless her heart.
Yeah.
And Robert came in last minute, and we had a really great show.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't do YouTube anymore. He's a big seller. He has like 10,000 listings now.
He's too big now.
You can watch last week's show, and he's been on twice. I hear myself.
He's a funny guy, but he's got some good information too. Whether he's on LP or not, he's still an okay guy.
He's still a turd though. All right, let's ask you guys a non-reselling question.
Okay.
What do you like to do for fun in your free time? Because you know I'm all about work-life balance. So let's talk about what you do when you're not working.
Okay. Am I still in the hot seat?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I live in Florida, so you know, even though it's part of my job, I still like to go to secondhand stores and to estate sales. I was doing that way before I ever started reselling. I also like to read. I read a lot. I like to go to the beach. I like to travel. I like to play with my granddaughter and my dogs.
And her dogs are cute.
Oh, man. Oh, that all sounds so good. I don't have all my grandnephews are in Southern California, so I can't do that. And we don't have an animal anymore. Although any animal walks by my house, I run out of the house and go pet it. But for my free time, I don't necessarily do what you do is in the thrift stores, although I used to, and then I got banned from bringing anything else in the house. But I'll shop online on whatnot, and even though it's for the business, it's still fun because I get to sit and my free time, I actually sit and I sort through my cards, and it's fun for me to look through that. But other than that, we like to go ghost hunting. We're going to do a lot more of that when we move, and Kurt's going to retire.
There's some great places in Tennessee.
I was about to say, you need to come to Pennsylvania.
In Chattanooga, you have all the Civil War battlefields.
Right. Well, you know what's funny is we found a couple of houses that were right next to cemeteries, but they have stairs. So at being old, we can't have stairs. But that was like a criteria. It's like, okay, is there a cemetery nearby? I'm going to drop off Toby overnight once. Yes, you are. Yes, Toby has been threatened to become my adopted dog. Kurt says, no, it's not. It's like, no.
Oh, I love Toby so much. Toby is Valerie's foster dog. If you live in Atlanta and you want a sweet little boy, contact Valerie because he's for adoption.
Yeah, he's definitely fun. Yeah, so it's we like going out to dinner and stuff. I don't really do much right now because of the house and moving and stuff. So actually, that's what I'm doing.
What's your favorite show? Tell the people the show that you watch. That crazy one I watched with you on our listing party the one time.
Oh, OP Live. Yeah. We actually had it on one of our work sessions. We all turned it on the same channel. We're all watching it all across the United States. Oh, there you go. It's like a hobby because I get paid much. Yeah. Oh, you just did Steel Magnolias?
I was typing to her, but that's awesome that you were in Steel Magnolias. Oh my gosh.
I love that.
What character did you play?
Yeah, we want to know what character you played.
Yeah.
Good Haunts in Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
Savannah.
Will you come with us, Val?
I'm just going to tell you guys that we have the Gettysburg. So.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm going to have to come visit you.
My house might be haunted. Who knows?
Oof. The way it's going with everything failing over there, I don't know. So weird. Oh, your storms lately.
She was Trudy.
Oh. No way.
We're all losing our minds.
So cool.
That would be so fun.
Oh man, Cassie, are you anywhere close to me in California? I want to come watch it. I'm gonna watch you in it. That sounds so cool.
So
what a great play to do.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So guess what I do in my free time?
What do you do in your free time, Star?
They're back. And there's I read a lot. I read an insane amount. And I do like movies. I do like horror movies, and I do like Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. But I do not watch a lot of TV or a lot of movies because I always prioritize reading in my free time.
Yep, she does.
And I always tell myself, this Saturday I'm going to watch Sinners. I still haven't seen Sinners, which is like supposed to be this really great horror movie. It won all these Academy Awards or whatever awards.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And I sit down and I'm like, yeah, but I'm halfway through this book. And so like I always end up prioritizing reading, but I do really, really, really like movies a lot too. And I like to go for walks on the beach. No, I'm kidding. I live on a dead-end street in the middle of the woods, and I have, Lori knows where I'm going with this, I have all my animals.
Yeah.
I have chipmunks, squirrels, rabbits, gophers, and all these birds and several neighborhood cats that come to my house, and I feed them. And that's like the greatest joy in my life.
But they also walk up to you. They also walk up to you on the street. You got the cat, and I think that
deer that comes up to me.
Yeah.
There's deer too. There's deer that come up to me. I have a friend in the neighborhood named Huckleberry. She's a little cat that runs to me. I just saw her tonight. I have a friend named Audrey. She's a Yorkie Terrier. She lives on the end of the street. So I have like all my little animal friends, and I feed everybody in the backyard. And then our living room wall is all glass, so I can sit on the couch and read my book and then kind of like watch the animals too. So
Her nickname is Snow White.
Oh, and I do BookTube. Yo, Cassie, listen, girl, we need to hook up because I'm on BookTube. Y'all, you need to follow me, and I will follow you back.
I don't even know what this is. What is BookTube?
It's TikTok. I'm not on BookTube. Never mind. I'm lying to you. I'm on BookTok.
Book Talk, yeah. But
So
BookTube, that must
if
be
you have a channel that's dedicated to reading on TikTok, it's called BookTok. If it's on Instagram, it's Bookstagram. And if it's on YouTube, it's BookTube. It's just saying that you're part of that community of readers.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, she's obsessed with true crime and horror and things like that. But yeah, Sinners is good. I've seen a little bit of it.
Only one online I thought was lame, but I won't do it. Okay. I'm catching up on the comments. Sinners, I know. I want to see Sinners, but it took me like a year to see The Substance.
I haven't seen The Substance. And my daughter was talking to me earlier about watching Sinners. She's like, Mom, he said, for my birthday. She threw my birthday card at me. And she said, Mom, for my birthday, I want you to sit down and watch this movie with me.
Oh my gosh. Well, Substance is good. I was
Substance
surprised.
blew my mind.
Was that Demi Moore?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's over, you just need to sit there.
Yeah.
For about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so like as far as like scary goes.
No.
Okay.
Not horror.
It's
scary,
not horror, but it's psychologically very worrisome.
Yes.
Okay. I can do that. I can do that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I would watch that one again for sure, because I'm sure that it's one of those ones you could watch a couple different times and see different things and in different perspectives.
So now Keith does not like horror movies. So when he plays on his video games on his computer, I can take over the TV. But if he's playing on the TV, I just sit next to him and read. But it's not a hardship, folks. Like I said, I can sit here and tell myself all week, I'm going to get snacks, I'm going to watch this movie. And then I get in there on Saturday night with my blanket and everything, and I'm like, no, where's my Kindle? I just sit out there read. Like, Sinners is a movie, and it won all kinds of awards. It's fantastic, as far as I've heard. I've actually got spoilers already too, but
yeah, it's I watched it after the awards, and I'm glad I did. It was really good. Oh, Hail
I just
Mary!
saw a
Yes,
trailer
yes,
for that today.
Okay, I thought it was just going to be another Red Scarlet Letter Handmaid's Tale thing, but I guess not. Okay.
So, yeah, I do like a lot of things, but I prioritize reading. And I just found out I've known Pam, since 2020. And we've hung out, we've had dinner, we've had drinks, we've hung out in person. And I just found out last week that she's a reader.
How did you not know that?
Because I think when you're at the events, you're so high on reselling.
Yeah, but you're not sitting there and reading a book at events.
True.
Yeah, you're not talking about books because you're
right.
Because
you're talking about reselling or catching up or meeting up with people. I've got. So I just got off a cruise ship, and on the cruise, I read The Measure. The Measure was fantastic.
Okay.
I'll give you the premise. Every adult in the world wakes up one morning, it's a normal morning, you walk to your front door, you open it, and there's a box here.
Ooh.
And it says, I'm going to botch this. It says, the measure of a life lies inside.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to open that.
And so you can choose to open it or not open it. But of course, most people open it because they're going, what the hell is this? And so they open it, and inside is a string. And they quickly, because it's modern day, it's everybody in the world has this, they figure out pretty quickly that string is the measure of life that you have left.
Oh, I don't want to know. That's like that clock that tells you how long your life is. Oh my
That sounds
God.
so good. She told me about it
It's
last
so
week.
good. I gobbled that book up. It was so good.
That sounds really good.
Oh
It
my
was really
gosh.
I have it. I want to recommend it to the book club that
Yeah.
I'm in, and read it
And
with other
talk
people,
about it.
and then talk about it, because that sounds like I read a lot of books, and when I'm done, I need a therapist or somebody. I read a lot of psychological thrillers and and you just need to talk to somebody. Like,
Well, this one is kind of a psychological thriller in a
it's like a
reflective way.
sci-fi thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, I may have to go buy the book.
I need more book friends.
You should. It's like I heard the author. There's a podcast called For the Love. It's Jen Hatmaker, and she had the author on her podcast, and I listened to it. It was fascinating. It's this woman's first book. It's the first book she's written.
Wow. Wow. She's a good writer then.
Yeah, I've noticed recently, like, a lot of these debut novels are just like mind blowing. Okay, I think we have a couple questions here. What is Scarpetta? How come I feel like I'm supposed to know what that is?
Oh, I know that.
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's my girl, Nicole.
Nicole Kidman and Jamie Lee Curtis. And
Yes.
Scarpetta, it's the Scarpetta novels by why can't I remember her name? Patricia Cornwell.
Oh God, yeah, that's gonna be great.
Oh my.
So if you read those books, she had a whole series
Yes.
of books featuring the Scarpetta character.
I haven't
Wow.
read a lot of Patricia Cornwell, so I have not read those. But Jamie Lee Curtis and Nicole Kidman could sit on a stool and read me their grocery list, and I would watch it.
Me too. Me too.
They could just sit there and read me something.
And it would be friggin' hysterical because the two of them are so funny. Ugh.
They're such great actresses.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
Really
Where's
are.
it streaming?
Prime Video.
So here I am, all excited. I'm gonna watch Scarpetta. I'll talk to you in 5 books and ask me 5 books later.
Have you seen Scarpetta yet?
No, but I read 5 more books.
But I read a Scarpetta novel, probably.
Do you know anyone who has actually run an eBay live show? And if so, I do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Miss Karen.
Miss Karen, my friend
Yep.
Karen.
Yep.
It's different. The vibe is different. The audience is a little different. I think you can ask for a little bit higher prices.
I think so too.
I mean, I don't have firsthand knowledge. I just, from what my friend tells me, she really enjoys doing the eBay. She made $500 in one night once, and I don't think she's ever made that on one night. So,
well, eBay has such a wider audience by exponential amounts, But I just went through the training for that stuff, so I have to schedule all my live shows, and I just
I got 2 new releases coming out.
She's so funny. Oh my gosh. So like I was saying, I went through the training, and I did like with some of the features of how they put things in with the numbers, how you auto number and whatnot. But then you can also move them up and down and where you want to put them in the show, so you can get very detailed that way. And a couple other features in there. They have a screen that goes across and a few other features that make it more dynamic. I've done a lot of whatnot shows. I haven't done any eBay shows yet, but they're coming up, and I'm going to do them across the United States as we move too. So as we drive across the United States. So it's going to be a fun little adventure. Hopefully everybody will follow.
Let me put your link tree back in there. Both y'all's link trees.
Both y'all.
Both y'all.
All y'all.
My grandma wants to say hi. She's inside of me right now. Hello, Lola.
All y'all.
Lola says hi.
Yeah, but it's gonna. I think the gal that was following up with the final bit of training, which I have to say was personalized and individualized at the very last part. The first one was a group like they do over at Whatnot, but then it was individualized, and she actually goes through some of your inventory with you. So that part of it is really good, and they follow you for a few weeks, and then she says you graduate, which means she doesn't have to follow you anymore. But they also put you in the newbies category. She'll take my scheduled shows and throw them in there. So there are a lot of ways that eBay Live I'm finding is a tad bit better. With Whatnot, you generally have to pay to be pushed up into the limelight. But yeah. I
think that eBay is kind of sat back and watched, excuse me, what everyone has been doing, and they've watched all of these resellers go on Whatnot, and there's a lot of things. I personally haven't done a Whatnot show. I've attended a lot of them and spent a lot of money on there, but it seems to me that eBay just kind of sat back and has watched and has eased into it. Now, I know all of a sudden it seems like they're in our faces about it because you open up the app and there it is, and there's all the lives. But I think they probably have done it in a better way that's going to serve sellers a little bit better, is what it sounds like, because you've sold on Whatnot, and then now you've done this onboarding with eBay. I think I'll be interested to hear about your experience with that.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna we'll have to chat more with Karen on that too, to see what her experience was coming on board and how it's progressed, because she's been on there for what, several months to a year now. How long has she been on there?
I'm so sorry to talk to you guys. A couple years, geez, months, weeks, I don't know. I have no concept of time.
Several months at least she's been on there, and she does it regularly now, so she's probably building her following. I mean, you can't help but be better as far as accumulating followers, because they have billions of people on there. Well, I don't know what the stat is, but yeah. And especially in Tucson, visiting next week. Ooh, Tucson.
I was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. But
well, she could tell you some places.
I can't.
Oh,
I haven't been there in decades. And I went to Phoenix once. That was cool. I mean, recently, like the List Perfectly event they had in Phoenix. We thrifted there. But I can't tell you anything about Tucson thrifting, because as grandma would say, I ain't been there in a coos age. So late summer, actually. Maybe Valerie has more concept of time than I do.
Okay, so she's almost at a year then. Okay. Like,
we can pick her brain.
Pick her brain.
All right, I got an important question for you.
Oh my God.
This is really important.
I'm so glad I'm sitting down.
You can only choose 3 things to eat for the rest of your life. What are you picking?
3 things. Number 1, chocolate. Sorry, I'm not first. Go ahead. You're in the hot seat.
I was going to say dark chocolate almonds.
That's a good one.
Dark chocolate almonds.
3 things. One, yeah, I think one's going to
have roasted Costco chickens.
Ooh, good choice.
Costco.
Good choice.
The rotisseries is just so good.
Oh.
And you know, I'm going to tell you what I took some roasted chicken tonight and threw it in my Caesar salad, and I love roasted chicken in a Caesar salad. Mm-hmm. So Caesar salad.
Yes. Okay. That gave me time to think. Okay, so chocolate. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I think there should be a vegetable. So probably, okay, I love asparagus, but I found out that's what gave me kidney stones, so I can't do that anymore. I'm thinking broccoli, because I can do butter and lemon with that. But then is that an added thing? I don't know. That's the seasoning. And then the third thing I think would be eggs, because you can do so much with eggs. Hard boiled. I'd have to get some mayo. That's a condiment. Are we allowed condiments?
Yes.
Okay, then eggs. But I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say that I that condiment that I just said there.
Don't say it again.
Like it. I'm not going to say it again. That's what I'm trying to.
Yes, you can have condiments and seasonings. Of course, I'm a cook.
Okay, then those are my picks.
So, salad.
Mm-hmm.
In general, because how many different kinds of salads can you make?
Yeah, very good.
Tacos, because how many different kinds of tacos can you make?
Fish, chicken, beef, pork, yeah.
And hamburgers.
Oh, genius.
Those are my 3 favorite foods. So it's like a no-brainer.
They are.
I could live on tacos, hamburgers, and salads. So
I watch you eat that shit all the time.
I eat salad every day for lunch. We eat tacos like twice a week, and we always eat hamburgers. So, but you can do so many different things with salad. So, Pam, you may not want to say Caesar salad.
I shouldn't. Well, I'm sitting here rethinking my Caesar salad because, like, the Caesar salad, I'll take and throw tomatoes in it, and sometimes I like cucumbers in it. I like a good salad. There's a restaurant here that has an excellent salad. It's a chopped salad, and
I love chopped salad.
It's got egg, bacon, and avocado, and what else is in it? Tomatoes, and then I'll have a piece of grilled salmon, fresh, because I live on the Gulf, and so I get fresh salmon. It's very good, very good.
Wow, I'm gonna have to get rid of my broccoli and go with chopped salad. Wow.
Yeah. Salad, because you can have taco salad, Caesar salad, and if you can make any kind of salad you want, all the vegetables in the world are there for you to have different salad every day.
Broccoli could be in the salad. I could have a broccoli salad.
I have broccoli in my salad every day. I make fancy salads every day for lunch.
Oh yeah, she does. We watch her make them. Our little work things.
They have tons of stuff in them. They're very healthy and colorful and delicious.
When I taught school, I would make a salad to take for lunch every day.
Oh wow. That's when you get creative, though. You get creative.
Well, because you can take leftovers. So if you can take some beans and throw it in there.
You can put. I like to put green and black olives, sometimes pepperoncini peppers or banana peppers.
Yep.
You can put bacon bits, ham, chicken, fish, beef.
Gotta have
eggs.
I could eat egg salad by itself. Ooh,
so that's Karen and I get the pico from the Aldi, and she likes to put her pico in her salad instead of dressing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good.
Now I want a salad. I gotta wait till tomorrow.
That I think if I were to choose one vegetable, if I were to change that broccoli to anything else, I was thinking maybe tomatoes, because tomatoes are very versatile too. So if you had to pick like just one vegetable or something, or no, wait, that's a fruit. Anyway, I'd pick tomatoes. Well, this has been an interesting chat today, ladies. We have covered almost everything but selling. We touched on selling.
We've talked about selling.
Oh my goodness. Valerie is so right. Strawberry.
Oh my God.
Yes. Ooh. With like slivered almonds.
Yeah. I was just about to
roasted
say that.
Slivered almonds.
A little bit of slivered almonds. A little vinaigrette.
I'm getting hungry.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up with the most important question I'm going to ask on it.
Okay.
The best advice you can give to a new reseller.
That's always a good one.
Blueberries too.
There's a few standard answers, but I try to think of a different one every time I get asked this question.
Ooh, I'll be waiting on tenterhooks because
I'll tell you about two.
That's my hometown.
There's so many good answers I'm trying to remember when I was new.
Yeah, let's put Laura in the hot seat because she clearly wants to answer first.
Well, Pam, I was just stalling because Pam looked perplexed, and I was trying to stall
on
her.
No, I'm not. I actually realized, because I'm still pretty new to this game. I've only been doing this for I'm in my 5th year. So, I would tell people, does it only have to be one thing? Can I give a couple of things?
You can do whatever you want. You have the floor.
The first thing I would do is don't compare yourself to other sellers, because you want to get on YouTube and you see all of these sellers. And, I made the mistake of, you watch this one seller and they pick up this one brand and you're like, oh, I've got to have that brand. And then you see another seller and they're like, oh, I'm really moving with this brand. And you're like, well, I've got to find this brand now. But really, you just have to find a few things and start. The other thing is to build relationships. Build relationships within the reselling community, but also build relationships as you're outsourcing. I go out and build relationships with people at estate sales. I don't go to thrift stores very often. I don't need to, because I've built enough relationships with estate sale companies that they will send me a message and say, hey, you need to check out this sale we have this weekend. Or they'll say, hey, I'm going to have a lot of clothes. Do you want to come over and go through it and take what you want? Or they say, we'll call you at the end and you can come and clean it out. So I do a lot of that, and I don't have to go to thrift stores or the bins or deal with cruddy stuff. I'm not big on going to the bins or the thrift store.
That's really good advice.
That's
the relationships for sure with the estate people and anybody that you do business with. You should always be networking and developing your relationships. There's word of mouth is the best form of advertising. It still is, and word of mouth is technically social media now too. So that's a place you can build relationships.
Right. I've posted in some like local groups where people have said, oh, what are you, you're just networking and talking about what you do. And I tell people what I do, and they're like, oh, well, I have a closet full of things that I'm about to donate to Goodwill.
Yes.
You want to go through it?
Yes. I can't tell you how many times my friends have said that to me. Or, oh God, I wish I'd known. I didn't think about you or whatever. It's like, no, because I wasn't foremost in their mind, or at least in their mind. You got to keep telling people. Yeah, that's so true. That is really good advice. Those are good ones. Well, the usual ones are sell what you have in your own house. Sell what you like, and this is a big one for me because I didn't know what I wanted to sell, but I like a lot of stuff. And I found out I don't like as much as I thought I liked, because the bigger stuff, even though it can garner money, it takes up space. It takes up, and how much does that space cost you? Per square foot, really, if you're dealing with large furniture or whatever, don't do furniture. It's really hard to get rid of unless it's something really, really special and you're willing to hold on to it for a while, or you have a special customer. But those are the two basic ones. I think the one we talk about on here every time I'm on is start your inventory early. Start an inventory system early to keep track of stuff, because I can't tell you how many times, even with my inventory system, I have forgotten to take it off, or it hasn't been unmarked in my inventory via the automated system. So having your inventory is really, really great, inventory system. Those are my three that I would like to impart.
I love those.
Thank you. I like yours too.
Before I give you mine, Pam, do you have a card you give them? Or just talk in person and go from there?
I do have a card. I have a physical business card. And it has a QR code on the back. So it has my phone number, so they can call me. And then it has the QR code so they can see the types of things that I sell, because it links to my link tree.
Yep. I also put it on my packages. Every package that goes out gets a mailing label sized one that has K&L Resale. We sell almost everything, and almost is in parentheses. And then it has the QR code, so that even everybody who touches that package can scan that real quick and then find me. So that's helpful too.
I love that. Has that helped with return business? Like if you
I think I can measure my return business a lot better on Etsy than I can on eBay. Those two, though, Etsy is easier for me to figure that out, but I haven't had anybody actually. I only have one QR code because I want to just keep it focused in one, but I could do another one to measure which place they came back from. But I do have a return coupon or an empty cart coupon in Etsy all those ones there. So that kind of helps. But that's interesting. I'm going to be thinking on that and see if I can find it and try how to track that. That's a good suggestion. Thank you. Full tub to list from it. Yes, full tub. I had to give away so much stuff, Cassie, from this thing.
Yeah.
Everything that I had stockpiled for my money mountain, I had to get rid of because we're moving across the country and it's just not worth it. That was so hard, you guys, to let go. Don't kill
It
yourselves.
was so hard for me to take 250 pounds of clothing from her.
So hard. Couldn't get that
So
out the door
hard to
fast
get all that
enough.
inventory.
You got a deal on that. You got it, because I was so sick of seeing it, because I took in my stepsister's estate and a couple other estates, and it just became too much. But she got it for postage only, which was a really great deal for her.
Yeah.
250
Absolutely.
pounds.
Because I just sold the Dulce Gabbana t-shirt for $85.
Yes! Yay! That's so awesome.
It's in my what sold video that'll be coming out Monday.
Wow. So
Like a
let's see,
dork.
subtract that from $250 and you got what? Another 140.
Oh, well, I sold a $40 Ralph Lauren. I've been selling, but
Awesome.
and
I'm
I
so
just
happy.
found the Chanel scarf.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
afraid to list it because I've never sold a scarf for $1,000 before.
I know. I've got several more. Her stuff is just driving me crazy. I don't really like clothes, but the stuff that I hung on, the stuff that I gave you was the stuff I was bulk selling because it was $20 and under. That's something else other people can do too, for newbie advice if you want to sell bulk like that. But I just don't like clothes, so you may be getting more. Pam, you want some clothes?
I will take
Hey,
it.
I'm always getting clothes. I got my daughter shipping I have another one I have a bunch of stuff up in Nashville because I held on to my condo up there.
Okay.
Came down here, so I've got my condo and it's full of stuff because I go to estate sales in Nashville. So my daughter runs the business up there.
Oh, nice. She and I are going to have to get together, and then when you come up, the three of us. Yes.
Yeah. It's there's great sales. There's so much to do in that area. You're gonna love it.
Did you ever do Max Sold out there?
No, I didn't really resell when I was up in Nashville. We do have Max Sold down here.
Oh, yes. Well, Dana was the one who turned me on to Max Sold, and she's down there, Punta Gorda.
And we also have Caring Transitions.
I just used them to pack up. They're the ones doing my
Valerie.
house. Valerie, me too. Of course.
Forget her.
Right. Valerie's only in Atlanta. That's the hop, skip, and a jump from.
And I'm only a
She's
half an hour
hour
away.
from Chattanooga. What's that, honey?
I'm only half an hour away.
Stop. I thought she was that far on the map. I go, oh, that's only about a half an hour.
I'm only half an hour from Pittsburgh. It's like an 8-hour drive.
I'm such
And
an
I
idiot.
think I will never let her live that down.
No, she will not. She will not. Just like I wouldn't let you live something down. So I'll find
I'm
something.
a half an hour from Nashville or Chattanooga or whatever.
Nashville, Chattanooga.
So
Can't wait.
I'm still holding on to my advice because I want to touch upon what Cassie B was saying about cleaning out your house. Currently, Keith and I are doing a huge spring cleaning, purging of our home and letting go of a lot of things. And the beautiful part about being a reseller, you just sell.
Yeah.
You sell it. So I've got, I came up with like 200 DVDs back in, was it around Halloween when we cleaned that out?
Yep.
And I read them on Whatnot every week for a couple of months. I sold about half of them. I got the rest listed. I just did a bunch of board games. By the way, if you didn't know, 10th and Main on YouTube is a group of ladies. And we do Whatnot Raid Train sometimes, but every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we go live on YouTube and show you our hauls, everything we bought that week. We're taking photographs, we're listing, we're working. You get like the whole behind the scenes of how all of us actually work our reselling business. And you can chat with us and ask questions. It's kind of like this, where you can ask questions and interact, but you're also watching us work and actually how we run our businesses. And you get to see what we're going to sell that Friday on Whatnot. I say all that to say, last night, all the board games we decided we were getting rid of, I did a whole tub. So if you are a reseller, clean your house twice a year and decide, the Marie Kondo way. If I don't use it, if I don't get joy from it anymore, let it go. Sell it. You're a reseller. You can find something else at a thrift store to put on your shelf for another year and then clean it next year. Purge your closets. I mean, they say to start in your house when you're new, but do it once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Clean out your house. This is the OCD in me talking. Like, the more you clean out, the more you minimize, the better you're going to feel without so much stuff. So
I can testify with that. After unloading my money mountain, I have to tell you, I feel lighter. It's all the stuff that I wasn't getting to, you know, and while it was overwhelming to have a lot of that stuff, and we sold some at the estate sale, just having it hauled away to a charity was great. But had I not been moving, that would have still been here, and that was my retirement money mountain. And I would have been listing all that stuff. It was so hard, girls. I felt like I was going to die. I can't, oh no. It was horrible. Anyway, what she says, Star, do it. Yep. What Star says, do it.
And this is a good point. Other people are in this mindset right now. So you can be looking on Whatnot and Facebook Marketplace for other folks who are letting their stuff go real cheap right now. And
it's spring cleaning.
In and out. So spring clean, bring more, whatever you got to do.
Yep. Which is why those live auction settings are really good, because you can walk through your house and shop the shelves like a lot of people say on Whatnot, you know, and just go around.
But yeah, and you know, I have a rule about my clothes. If I haven't worn it in 6 months, I'm probably not going to wear it. And I'm losing weight. Okay, but I still don't like that shirt. I've lost 30 pounds, by the way, and I'm still losing more.
Yay!
But if I don't like a shirt, I don't like a shirt. And guess what? I'm a reseller. If I drop a size, I can shop my store.
Yep.
There's that. Yes.
Then when I drop another size, I put those items back in and take some more out.
So true.
So just keep that in mind. It is spring. We're getting into that spring cleaning mindset. Spring clean your house and your dust piles. Get rid of it. Minimize. I challenge you to have less stuff by the end of the summer and more money.
I've already done it. Go. And
yeah, you can hear the echo in your furnitureless house.
I'm in the lead.
So my best advice for new resellers, I say it every single week, and I'm going to continue saying it because it is the most important thing. Work, life, balance. You've got to find that. You cannot work all the time, or you will be just miserable and burned out. And if you're not following my channel and you're watching this, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you're notified. Next Wednesday, I have a video coming out about boundaries and setting those time boundaries and the physical boundaries and the mental boundaries between your work and your personal life. And it's a very important video. I want you to probably see.
I'll be there.
Yay. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because I talk a lot about work-life balance, and then I was recording a podcast with what's new in reselling this week, and the guys on there were asking me, how do we start? How do we get organized? And the one guy was talking about how he has all this stuff all over his house. And I just said, here's some tough love, dude. You have no boundaries. And I went, oh my gosh, that's what I need to say on my channel. If I'm not getting through to people yet, I need to talk to you about boundaries.
Yes.
Yep. That's why I built a shed in the back of my house, because I wanted to keep it separate. Yes, it crept into my house, but that was because I was beginning. But now I get it. That is going to be an important, very important show to watch.
Yeah, that would be coming out next Wednesday.
That's been a very important lesson that I've been learning over the last several years that I didn't do when I was teaching, is setting boundaries and keeping things separate, or just saying no, I can't do that.
That's tough when you're running the consignment. I started based on consignment just because I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and saying no to people is still hard for me. So I'm going to be watching that. Teach me how to say no, Star. And especially for women, I think it's hard for women.
Yes.
We'll start another conversation, but I think just our generation, it's hard for us to say no.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's saying no to yourself too sometimes.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It feels so good to say yes though. Ooh, chocolate.
Well,
yes.
I want to say yes to having enough time to read at night and no to always working.
Right.
Ding, ding, ding. That's it right there.
So yeah, I touch on that and how you can't really ever take time off if your shit is all over the house, just always in your face,
Mhm.
So true.
causing stress and
makes you
anxiety.
stressed. I guarantee you it makes you stressed. When I got into the sports cards and the comics, they were everywhere. And I was going nuts. And finally, I just pushed it aside and made a boundary that my living room was only for sorting, and then it has to go into the other area.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about all of that. All right, well, thank you so much, Pam, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. I
This
hope
was
maybe
fun.
maybe next time I won't be a newbie and I won't have to be in the hot seat.
Okay. This is just your friendly reminder because you said you always forget. Our book club is tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Oh, I'm glad you said. What did you read?
The Twisted Lives.
I haven't read that.
You better hurry.
You better hurry. We've been reading it for 2 months because they postponed last month's meeting. But you can show up and be there for next month's pick.
Okay.
Because you got to start coming. The Consignment Chat girls want you there.
2 p.m.
Eastern. Yeah, well, you're in Florida.
I'm on Eastern.
Hey, anybody else out there that likes to read fictional books, specifically like thrillers and women's fiction, send me a message on Instagram and I'll hook you up with the free Patreon book club that the Consignment Chat girls run. We meet once a month, we read books, we have a good time. And it's always fun to talk about books.
It's more networking.
So, but yeah, thank you so much, Pam. I appreciate you coming. I'll have you back again.
Thanks,
You can be an
Valerie.
old pro. You can be an old pro. Lori, thank you all as
You're
always
welcome.
for coming.
You're
And
welcome.
happy anniversary to you and Kurt again.
Thank you. 20 years.
Oh, happy
20 years.
anniversary.
Yesterday, April Fool's.
They got married on April Fool's Day.
We did.
They weren't sure if they meant it or not.
That's great.
There's a backdoor clause.
And to everyone that joined us live tonight, thank you so much for spending a little over 2 hours with us. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate you spending it here. Hopefully you learned something and had a little bit of fun tonight.
Mhm.
And if you're watching the replay, I appreciate If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you just as much. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It helps me feed all my hungry hippos. Until next time, have a wonderful weekend. Find your work-life balance. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Yay!